Have you ever pushed a boulder off of a hill before? In the beginning, it's very, very hard. You're pushing and pushing and the boulder is barely moving. But as soon as you get to the edge of that hill and gravity starts to take over, the boulder starts to move faster and faster and faster until it gets to the point where it feels like you're chasing the boulder. That's very similar to most people's affiliate marketing stories where we work and work and work to get a few commissions, but then once we get the ball rolling, it actually starts to feel like we're chasing our business and just trying to keep up. So I want to show you my affiliate marketing journey from 0 to 10,000, how I made my very first $10,000 as an affiliate marketer. And first we need to give you a disclaimer, and that's that this isn't going to be a sob story video where I tell you all the hardships that I overcame in order to make it to where I am today.
Once upon a time.
Instead, this is very educational, so we're just going to focus on the things that I did right. So it's very important that you know that in between each of the things that we're going to talk about in this video, I made probably hundreds of mistakes. We're not going to talk about those mistakes. I've got other videos where we focus on that. Now, the first good choice that I made going from 0 to $10,000 is timeliness. Okay, what I mean by this is choosing something that's just starting to take off. So a lot of times we come into affiliate marketing and we try to hop on a trend that's been going for years and years and years, and it's much harder to get in on those trends. So please take note of this. The best way as a new nobody to explode in the affiliate marketing game is to jump on a trend that is just barely starting to take off. Don't worry, you're not a nobody to me.
You're my guy.
Now, I did not do this on purpose in the beginning, but I got lucky. The niche that I chose and the direction that I chose just happened to be something that was on the cusp of exploding. So this was back in the beginning of 2017, and I'm wondering how many of you guys knew about Bitcoin in 2017. Don't worry, this is not a Bitcoin video, but let me know down below how many of you guys had actually heard of Bitcoin and maybe were actively investing in it in 2017. And I would bet a vast majority of people watching this video had not yet heard of this technology, even though everyone's heard of it now. So by being one of the first people to recognize that this was an up and coming trend that was going to hit and have a lot of people looking for it, I was putting out content before a lot of people were looking for this stuff. My first video that did well was how to buy Bitcoin, okay? But I put it out before everybody was looking for how to buy Bitcoin and everybody was making content on how to buy Bitcoin. And you can see right here, didn't get a ton of views in the beginning, 14, 11, 50, kind of an average number of views for a YouTube video. But you can see after about 5 or 6 months, that video started to blow up. We're getting hundreds of views. We're getting thousands of views. We're getting up to 9,000 views on a good day once this video blew up. And the reason it was able to blow up is because I jumped on when I was a new marketer with no experience and no audience and no way to really compete with the big guys. I was able to recognize a trend before the big guys were able to recognize that trend, and that gave me first mover advantage. Now, the best way to start to see what's trending and what's up and coming is using Google. And there's 2 ways you can use Google. One is just using Google News. Literally, you'll type in Google News into google.com and it'll take you to headlines right here, and you can start looking through things and you'll start to notice trends, right? And I noticed that Bitcoin was starting to get written about more and more, and I was seeing it more and more in all the financial stuff that I was looking at. But another good way right now that I wasn't aware of at the time, but would have been great, is Google Trends, okay? And what's trends.google.com, and what you can do is enter in any topic and it'll tell you kind of how that topic's doing in Google. But you can also see what's currently trending. So you can see right here, vaccine. What? Why is that trending? But you can see there's a ton of volume right now for people researching vaccines in general. And those that were able to recognize that maybe right here, right, were able to get ahead of that curve and have a lot of content around vaccines. Okay, and you can see other things here: Black National Anthem, Space Jam, Twilight, John Mayer. And if we click view more, you can see we can just start scrolling through and see what is kind of trending on Google today that may have not been trending a few days ago. And you start to look through things and you can start to see potential and possibilities and things that aren't just things like flooding in Germany that are temporary, but things that might be coming up more and more and more. A great example of this is child tax credit, okay? We've got 100,000 people right now that are trying to figure out this child tax credit that's coming from Congress in the USA, and it's fresh, right? It's brand new news. There's not a lot of competition out there for this, and that makes it possible for a new affiliate with very little audience to rank in searches and put out content that actually does very well because of the lack of competition, because this is something that's happening now that wasn't happening a few months ago. So there's not as much content competing. So there's a reason for this, okay? You've got to think about the logic of this. If something is just now starting to trend and be up and coming, there's not a lot of competition out there, okay? And thinking Google and YouTube and stuff, there's not a lot of competing videos because it's just now starting to trend. That means that there's no videos or blog posts that are a month older or more. You're just competing with, anything that's been written in the last month. That shrinks down the amount of competition significantly. But the second reason is that when something is trending and newsworthy and it's happening right now, social media sites love to serve up that content. So if I served up something on the vaccine right now on TikTok, I'd probably do very, very well. Whereas if I served up that exact same piece of content a year ago on the vaccine, it would probably have done much, much less well because it wasn't trending then and it wasn't as timely of a thing. So guys, if you go look at this first video that did very well for me in the crypto niche, it's a terrible video, terrible thumbnail, nothing good about this video.
Except me.
But because the competition was so much less, I was able to get a huge win with this video. The second thing I did right with this campaign, after doing this multiple times wrong, was choosing the right platform. So I'd already been through Instagram and blogging and all kinds of ways to promote affiliate links online at this point. But when I got into the crypto niche, I started on YouTube. My very first piece of content went out on YouTube. And you've got to understand here, this is crypto. It's so confusing. I mean, how many of you out there really think you understand crypto? It's a crazy world. So these people are trying to understand crypto. So an Instagram post, right? Or a 60-second TikTok, that's not going to be enough to people. That's just confusion to people.
I'm confused.
Go buy Bitcoin. How do you buy Bitcoin? I don't even understand what Bitcoin is. How does this all work? So that's not enough. These people want detailed instructions on how all of this works, meaning either a blog post, which some people will prefer, but most people want a video. They want to see you on your screen doing this. And that's exactly what I did and why I was able to do so well. Reason number 3 I was able to make this $10,000 is I was able to carve out a space specifically for me. So when I first got started in this, there were kind of 2 types of crypto channels out there. There were crypto channels that were being run by the crypto people, right? Like, I guess you'd call them crypto nerds. They understood crypto perfectly. They understood how blockchain and all this stuff worked. And when you watched a YouTube video of theirs, you didn't understand half the words coming out of their mouth, right? You're hearing words like node and blockchain and halving, and your mind's about to explode. So people that were new to crypto were showing up on these channels and they were disliking them and they were backing out of these videos because it just didn't work for who they were. Now, the second type of video was entertainers. There were entertainers that were kind of teaching crypto, but they made fun, entertaining channels. Kind of honestly like this video is. This channel is much more entertaining. So I took a different route, a route that most people weren't taking and there was very little of out there at the time, and that was extremely simple, super slow tutorials. And in fact, if you go watch this video, I talk insanely slow. But there was a space for that. Okay, all these brand new people flooding into crypto, right? We've got in at the perfect time and now all these people are looking and trying to learn. And there's these people that are so confusing and there's these people that are making light of it and stuff like that and making fun of it. But there's nobody that's just sitting down and breaking things down step by step slowly, who may not understand very much themselves either, which kind of puts them, me, in the perfect position to teach this stuff. So the third key to success was finding a gap in the market or a void and then filling it. The fourth key to me making that $10,000 was choosing to make content that directly correlated with affiliate programs.
What do you mean?
What I mean by that is you can make content like this video right here. And this video right here is decent content, but at the end of the video, there's not necessarily something that you're going to be sold, okay? I might get you onto my email list and perhaps we'll be able to sell you something down the road. But you can see on this Bitcoin video, it was how to buy Bitcoin, meaning these people were already taking action. They were looking to buy Bitcoin. It was very, very natural for me to include an affiliate link down below and to mention it. I didn't have to do anything with email lists or any complicated things here for this first $10,000. I just made a video, talked to people about how to buy Bitcoin, and then it pointed them down below to a link, and they were already looking to buy, so they really wanted to click that link. And once they clicked and bought, I was able to make money. Now, there's 2 routes you can take here. For me, I went for a high volume keyword that was low ticket commission. So I only get paid $10 each time someone signs up here. But you can see I was getting 9,000 views a day. That means I was making hundreds and hundreds of dollars a day in $10 increments. You can take another route and go for high ticket affiliate products, and then you're able to attack these kind of smaller, low volume keywords that may not get 9,000 views a day, but it's okay because you're able to make a lot more in a single commission.
Dollars? Yes.
The 6th thing I did well, and honestly, I didn't do this in my first few YouTube videos, which was so dumb of me, was a very clear call to action. So many YouTubers just don't mention calls to action. They don't tell their audience, their viewers, what they need to do, what their steps are. And so I made it very clear within the first few minutes of this video that the first thing my audience needed to do as they viewed this video was to click the link down below. That would take them so they were on the same page as we're looking at on the screen, and then they could follow me along right there. And by doing that, I was able to drastically increase my affiliate commissions because people are following along, clicking my link as I click it and running along with me. Now that we understand all the key things that went into this first successful affiliate campaign for me, $0 to $10,000. Let's just dive in and look at it. So we'll look at the traffic and we'll look at the success rate here. So first thing I did was I made this video. We talked about how to buy Bitcoin, right? And how to buy Bitcoin video did very well after a while, after a few months. You can see it blew up and it got 9,000 views. Next, you can see if we go into the description of this video, the very first thing on the top of the description is the link to Coinbase right there. And I mentioned that multiple times throughout the video. So they watch the video, they go down below as the video tells them to do, and they click that link right there. Now that's my Coinbase affiliate link. And once they sign up for a Coinbase account and buy their Bitcoin, as long as it's $100 of Bitcoin or more, I make $10. And you can see right here on the screen, I got in $10 increments here. I've now made, now it wasn't this high in the beginning, but it was over $10,000. But at this point, it's almost $30,000 in free Bitcoin. And all I'm doing is taking people that are looking for something online and I'm providing them an answer. Okay, I'm not spamming, I'm not selling. I'm helping people that are trying to figure out how to buy Bitcoin. I'm helping them do it, and I'm able to make money in the process. Now, if you tried to jump on and do this exact same thing right now, you probably wouldn't do very well because Bitcoin is no longer an easy niche to get into. There's been years and years of channels putting out content about this.
You gave me hope.
But there's always another opportunity, but there's always a new trend, and there's always a new void to be filled in these trends. Take advantage of that the next time you see a trend and watch yourself go from $0 to $10,000 in the first few months as well. Now wait, you've made it to the end. You want to learn affiliate marketing, I can tell. There's two things. First, you've got to subscribe. This channel is all about affiliate marketing. This is not just a one-off video. Subscribe and you'll get a ton more free content about this. Secondly, there's a free training down below you can click on and you can basically look inside my affiliate business and see how it all runs. So do that. Call to action.